Have you ever felt like the only one trying? Always the first to text or call, like yelling into the void from a precipice, hoping for an echo that never comes. On the other hand, they remain silent, calm, and detached, as if your efforts are invisible. Weeks pass, and you wonder if they care. Do I pursue someone who doesn't value me? If this resonates, you're not alone. You're not alone. Countless others have poured out their emotions only to feel like they're chasing shadows. The fact is, what if it's not them? Maybe you're giving your energy, power, and self-worth away on a silver platter, flipping the script today. Instead of self-doubt or yearning for approval, we're diving into a mindset shift that could improve your relationships and life. This goes beyond why they don't text or phone first. This is about you, how you value yourself, stand tall, and recover interpersonal balance without abandoning dignity. First, accept this truth. You can't make someone work as hard as you, but you may refuse to keep traveling alone. Stop lighting the fire while they stay warm. Relationships, like gardens, grow when both parties water the roots. Think about it. Would you keep banging on a locked door if the person inside hears you and doesn't open it? Of course not. We sometimes keep knocking, hoping, and wishing in relationships. Why? Because we fear losing what could be by letting go. Clinging to possibilities is like chasing the wind. No matter how hard you run, it slips through your fingers. Better perspective. Be the storm, not the chaser. Storms command attention, not beg. Storms are powerful and change everything. You need to remind yourself of your worth before pleading. Someone who never texts or calls first sends a clear message. They may care, but their priorities are elsewhere. It's not your responsibility to overthink why. You must adjust your energy. Imagine a lighthouse. It stands strong and shines, not chasing ships. Needy ships will find it. The same goes for you. Instead of chasing, stand taller if they're not reaching out. You can prove to them and yourself that your worth isn't based on their behavior. We're giving you methods to recover your power, change the circumstance, and manage it like a confident person. We'll draw from timeless knowledge, so you'll get lifelong insights beyond partnerships. Let's begin if you're ready to quit chasing and thrive. 1. When scales don't balance, adjust weight. One of the hardest lessons is that someone's laziness shows their priorities, not your merit. It's tempting to justify their silence. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they're not a texter. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Although these thoughts can lead to numerous rationalizations, you know the truth. Someone who values you will show it. Seneca observed, "Truth rarely pleases. It often shocks." Their silence may indicate disinterest. Does it sting? Of course. This stark clarity allows you to redirect your energy to where it will be valued. Imagine carrying a big suitcase for someone who leaves without helping, leaving you suffering. Would you drag that bag and hope they turn back, or drop it and keep walking? 2. Observe without reacting. Imagine starting a fresh conversation. You text them every morning to offer plans and continue the conversation. Togetherness brings laughter, connection, and sparks. When you part, they go radio silent. They don't check in or initiate, leaving you wondering whether you're the only one maintaining this connection. Questions arise. Are they testing me? Are they timid? Or are I insufficient? Overanalyzing can result from these thoughts. Step back instead of running in circles. Observe not act. Stoicism helps us view things as they are, not as we want. Her inaction tells volumes about her interest and emotional availability, not you. Epictetus wisely said, "We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them." Her quiet hurts only if you see it as a reflection of your worth. Change your perspective. Her actions, or lack thereof, show her priorities, not yours. 3. Stand tall and match their energy. Avoid chasing her attention, equal her intensity. Stop lighting the fire alone. Step back, not for strategy or fun, but for self-respect. When you withdraw, you produce clarity, not manipulation. If she values the relationship, she'll notice your absence and advance. If she doesn't, her inaction tells you everything. Picture silence as a mirror. Instead of punishing, it reflects. You're telling yourself, not her, that you deserve mutual effort and respect when you stop initiating. Failure to reply is a redirection, not a loss. Every relationship, good or bad, teaches. Her laziness is the universe telling you to focus on someone who will appreciate it. Your worth isn't based on others' disinterest. How much you value yourself underpins it. When you quit pursuing what's not for you, you gain peace and self-respect. Second, evaluate your expectations. Unmet expectations cause much relationship stress. When they don't text first, reach out, or make an attempt, it seems like a blow to our worth. The silence develops, and we persuade ourselves, maybe I'm not significant, maybe they don't care. What if the problem is your narrative, not their actions? Consider, are you assessing interest by who texts first? It's like judging a book by its cover, or assuming a peaceful sky indicates no stars. Expectations are cunning. They can drag you into a mental tug-of-war of disappointment that exhausts you. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In this scenario, you have no influence over their texting habits. Imagine talking to someone for weeks. They always respond warmly, maybe excitedly, to texts. Conversations are wonderful, vibe is right, but they never text first. Concern arises. Do they care? Do I do everything? But wait, how do you know they're not interested? Could they demonstrate affection in other ways? Though they may not text initially, they express interest through presence, engagement, or demeanor when you're together. Sometimes we get caught up in keeping score, but relationships aren't about numbers. Connection, consistency, and long-term effort are key. Imagine a painter who focuses on one brushstroke while ignoring the beauty of the canvas. Are you doing this in your relationship? Focusing on texting habits and ignoring the big picture? Epictetus remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You can control how you interpret their actions, but not whether they text first. Focus within instead of getting frustrated. Are you seeking true connection or validation? A stoic, confident man doesn't base his peace on others. His worth comes from within, not from others' choices. When you stop expecting them to text first, the relationship improves. Your poise speaks louder than any insecurity. If they care, they'll sense your quiet assurance. If they don't, you go without animosity because your peace wasn't dependent on them. Imagine your thoughts as a peaceful lake, unaffected by others' ripples. When you're self-respecting and clear, ripples can shake you. That's calm. It's magnet. This unusual trait shields your heart and attracts others like no text could. What about you? This sound familiar? Have you ever linked your happiness to others' actions? If you've been there or are going through it, remember, peace is power. Use that as your motto, anchor, and strength, because whoever truly values you will see your light, whether you text first or not. Number 3, don't take it personally. Humans tend to take things personally, especially when someone's actions or inaction cut near to the heart. Her silence can reveal your vulnerabilities and reject you. The hard truth is that it's not about you. Stoics teach that people's acts are rarely personal. Their actions reflect their inner world, a maze of experiences, problems, and priorities you may never understand. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have a role to play, as does she." Her silence isn't a rejection of your worth. It's her participation in events. All things are connected, as Sympathia tells us. Imagine weaving a tapestry with twisted, frayed, or pulled-in threads on her end. That's her reality, not your failure. Think about a time you felt overwhelmed, work overload, personal issues, or a need to breathe. You may have missed a message or check-in because your mental bandwidth was full. Her silence may have a similar origin. Maybe it's uncertainty, misaligned priorities, or not being able to connect. Recognizing these possibilities doesn't excuse her laziness. Understand that her actions or inactions don't define your value. Stopping to take things personally releases emotional weight. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Her quiet is outside. Peace of mind, you must safeguard that. Think of her silence as clouds. They glide by, sometimes covering the sun, but they won't ruin your day. They're just weather, life's ever-changing patterns. Clearer perspective reduces cloud impact. Balance is gained when you stop personalizing her conduct. Detachment is about self-respect, not apathy. Standing tall and not letting outside events disrupt your inner peace is key. Strangely, calm assurance can make you more magnetic. Those who live quietly and confidently attract others. Instead of, "Why isn't she texting? What can I do now to improve?" Maybe it's taking up a neglected hobby, running, or spending time with supportive friends. Her quiet becomes less unsettling when you focus on your growth and happiness. Sympathia reminds us we're all connected, but have different paths. She may not share your path right now, and that's okay. She may be assessing her own doubts. She may not be ready for your offer. Maybe she's not your type. It's life as it should be, not personal. By adopting this viewpoint, you save unnecessary suffering. She acts like her, not you, and you find serenity in that. Living truly will provide the proper connections, not chasing them. When you stop seeking and start thriving, your destiny will align. Number 4, match her energy. Text in the morning, no reply. By afternoon, your phone is burning a hole in your pocket, so you send another check-in message. She responds with a single word or emoji. You try again later, frustrated but optimistic for that discussion. But the pattern persists. The sad truth is that trying to bridge the effort gap is not caring and diminishing your value. Though well-intentioned, your actions can be overwhelming. The horrible irony is that chasing makes you less appealing. Why? Because constant availability prevents her from being curious, missing you, or wanting to connect. Think of relationships as dancing. The rhythm breaks when one person keeps moving and the other keeps reversing. If she's not trying, stand back and equal her energy. Imagine listening to the same tune all day. It starts off great, but it soon becomes background noise you barely notice. With constant texting, checking in, and chasing, you become that music on loop. No break or silence to make her seek your music dulls the intensity. However, distance fosters inquiry. This is about honoring your emotions, not playing games. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do nothing without purpose. Let it be done out of reason and virtue." Before sending that extra text, ask yourself, do I want to, or do I need her reaction to feel validated? By matching her enthusiasm, you regain self-respect. You demonstrate that you'll meet someone halfway, but won't shoulder the entire load. This reinforces your message to her and yourself. My time and effort are valuable, and I won't give them away to someone who doesn't reciprocate. Imagine a flame. Stroking it non-stop suffocates it. Give it air, space, and it becomes stronger. The same rule applies. Balance and moderation improve relationships and self-esteem. Overextending appears desperate. Temperance, however, exudes confidence and stability. It's true that self-respect attracts people. Balance gives you an effortless serenity that others find magnetic. Matching energy is providing equally with attention and effort. Have you ever felt compelled to overcompensate in this situation, or have you stepped back to observe? Remember, balance over chasing, not withholding. Comment or affirm, "I chose balance over chasing." Your story may inspire someone else to discover their groove. Number 5. Build your castle before inviting anyone in. When you worry about someone else's texting, thoughts, or feelings, you lose power. You let them handle your emotions, which causes irritation, insecurity, and self-doubt. The freeing fact is that you can't control their activities. Your response is your choice. Seneca wisely remarked, "The greatest power is self-mastery." True freedom comes when you take charge and evolve. Instead than analyzing others' conduct, focus on improving yourself. If you emphasize your own progress, you create a lively and satisfying existence, regardless of their presence. Imagine gazing at your phone all day for that message that never comes. Silence is deafening. You choose not to let it overtake you. You work out with your favorite music and push yourself harder than ever. You may lift more weights, run faster, or attempt a new class. You're proud of your work by the time you leave, not their quiet. Instead of browsing through old messages, you read or work on a project that night. Time makes this habit second nature. Your life is rich and significant. Therefore, you don't need their attention. Ironically, the less you seek their approval, the more magnetic you become. Personal improvement develops compelling confidence. Knowing your worth and living accordingly is not arrogance. People are drawn to self-improvers who radiate quiet, unshakable strength. Marcus Aurelius said, "Realize that you control your mind, not outside events, and you will find strength." Imagine castle-like expansion. Everything you do, working out, learning a new skill, or making friends, adds to your foundation. Each action builds something substantial that no one can take away. When your fortress is towering, only those who respect you will enter. This change benefits you and alters your worldview. Instead of worrying about why they're not texting, you find joy and purpose elsewhere. You may restart a pastime, reconnect with pals, or start a passion project. Each move forward boosts your confidence and makes you more attractive to them and others. The best part, as you grow, you'll cease putting up with half-hearted relationships. You'll realize your worth isn't based on others' responses. If they see you succeeding and want to join you, excellent. You've built self-respect and peace, so their absence won't bother you. Stop awaiting that text, call, or attention. Build your fortress brick by brick. You'll attract the appropriate individuals and become a person who doesn't need to chase anyone. That's the most powerful, appealing, and stoic trait. Number 6. Speak your truth, even if it's risky. Truthfulness might feel like walking a tightrope in a world of conflicting signals and subtle games. You could worry, am I too forward? Suppose honesty scares them away. If you care about this relationship, avoiding the truth just delays the inevitable. When something feels off, facing it head-on with calm and clarity is brave and intelligent. Imagine being the first to text, plan, and demonstrate interest. It was exciting at first, but now feels unfair. Deep down, you worry if they're interested or just polite. Your uncertainty eats you. You choose the high road instead of making assumptions or playing games like waiting for them to text or pulling back to test their interest. Easy games rarely provide answers. Honesty and integrity are strength, as the Stoics say. Aurelius replied, "Stop squabbling over what a decent person is. Be one." A self-respecting person communicates, not hides behind tactics or silence. Imagine addressing this inequity. You want clarity, not blame or frustration. A simple, "I've noticed I'm usually the one starting our conversations and making plans. I wanted to know if you value this connection because it's essential to me," can change everything. Why does it work? It's direct, cool, and non-accusatory. You're not demanding answers or criticizing them. Instead, you're inviting a genuine conversation. Timing matters. Do not SMS this conversation, which can be misinterpreted. Instead, use a calm tone in person or over the phone to show inquiry, not impatience. Clear communication is about self-clarity, not forcing others. They may be holding back since they don't know how you feel. Their lack of effort may indicate their investment. Addressing the issue honestly helps you both align your goals, like wiping a hazy mirror. Honesty. You may not like what you see after the glass is clear, but you'll know what you have. Open communication shows you appreciate the relationship and yourself. You'll leave with dignity, knowing you acted bravely and respectfully, whether the relationship grows or you leave. Stoicism says true courage is when you choose clarity above comfort. Honest conversation resolves misunderstandings and boosts self-esteem. This is appealing and transformative. Have you experienced a moment when speaking your truth altered everything? Or have you seen the cost of avoiding it? Share your tale or say, "I choose clarity over games." Your perspective may motivate others to comprehend, because truth, not techniques, leads to real connection. Create an abundance mindset. It's easy to slide into a scarcity mindset when you're obsessed on someone who's not cooperating. After investing all your emotional energy in one person, every ignored text, unanswered call, or lack of effort feels exaggerated. However, the world is full of opportunities and connections if you're open to them. Focusing on one person makes their actions, or lack thereof, define your worth. Because you've subconsciously linked your happiness to their replies, any show of disinterest hurts. This scarcity attitude makes you think you'll lose happiness if they don't choose you. Ask yourself, am I acting like they're the only ones who can make me happy? Yes? Step back and change your perspective. Stoics advise us to accept life as it is, not as we wish. According to Marcus Aurelius, impediment advances action. If this person doesn't match your energy, it's a redirection, not a reflection on your worth. This connection doesn't fit your path. That's okay. Life is an ocean of possibilities, not a desert. An abundance attitude is realizing that one person's laziness doesn't limit your alternatives. In the breadth of life, many people could admire you for who you are. But you must expand your horizons to locate them. Start with what makes you happy. Attend that event you've been putting off. Join an organization you like, or start a new pastime you love. This is about expanding your world, not replacing them. Suppose you've invested heavily in someone who hasn't reciprocated. Heavy and smothering. Instead of doubling down, you change course. You accept invitations you normally deny. Join a community group or passion project. You meet new people slowly. Some become friends, others intrigue. With each new connection, their absence feels less. One star in a sky full with constellations, they were never the only option. Amor fati, the Stoic idea of love of fate, encourages us to accept all results, especially those that initially disappoint. Not rejection, but redirection if they're not interested. Life guides you to the right person or thing. You make room for what works when you let go of what doesn't. An abundant attitude goes beyond meeting new people, recognizing life's abundant potential. Let go of what's holding you back and believe that what's meant for you will find you. So quit pursuing one star. Look up. View the sky. Remember, life offers roads, connections, and possibilities. Let go, explore, and watch your world improve. Because abundance is lived, not found. 8. Build bridges, not chains. Healthy partnerships' quiet heroes are boundaries, which establish mutual respect and emotional balance. However, they are sometimes misinterpreted as control tools used as ultimatums to change someone. In the moment, if you don't start texting more, I'm done, or if you don't make an effort, I'm walking away, may appear forceful. They come from desperation and fear, not strength. Ultimatums cause animosity and obligation, not connection. True boundaries don't govern others. They defend your peace, uphold your ideals, and ensure you never trade your self-respect for others' apathy. Imagine being in a relationship where you feel like you're doing everything, texting first, planning, maintaining. Without boundaries, you may overcompensate and tolerate behavior that makes you feel inferior. Consider limits a guide to self-respect. These guidelines establish what you will and will not allow, not weapons or barriers. A boundary states, "This is what I need to feel respected, and I'm willing to walk away if that's not something you can offer." It's not punishment. It's about your health. Try saying, "I value consistency and mutual effort in a relationship," instead of issuing an ultimatum. This isn't a demand. It's an honest, unambiguous representation of your standards. This imbalance makes me want a connection where both people show up equally. If she respects you, she'll evaluate her behaviors and decide if they satisfy your standards. Her inaction will show you that you should go. Boundaries don't need spectacular exits or loud speeches. They're about quietly leaving when your ideals aren't respected, not banging doors. It is not fitting to value what is not in your power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You can't control if someone meets your expectations, but you can manage whether you accept less." Imagine standing on a bridge. One side is the inconsistent, unbalanced life you've tolerated. Other side, tranquility, respect, and self-worth. Boundaries bridge the gap between what's not working and what's working. You're fair to yourself and others when you set boundaries. You're showing the world that your time, energy, and emotions matter, and that you won't compromise. This is about making room for the proper connections, not being hard or harsh. What's your relationship boundary approach? Are they empowering or difficult? Share your ideas or affirm. Protect your peace. Honor your principles. Self-respect strengthens you and your connections. Number 9. Enjoy the moment, not the results. In the precarious dance of connection, you wonder, will she text me back? Does she agree? These questions can dominate you, making quiet an anxiety factory. The more you focus on the outcome, the more you give up tranquility, confidence, and joy. Letting go of the outcome is one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself and the relationship. Imagine having a nice talk with her. You shared your day and felt involved, alive, and possibly vulnerable. Later, you text again, but get no response for hours. The spiral begins. Did I speak wrong? Should I follow? Take a different strategy here. Focus on the conversation rather than her response. Did it make you happy? Was sharing that part of yourself meaningful? Connection matters more than answer. When you let go of a specific outcome, you can enjoy the interaction as a true human connection rather than a transaction. This change transforms your energy and protects your peace. People are drawn to joyful, confident people, not uncertain ones. When you stop expecting her response, you focus on yourself. You can exercise, learn, or hang out with pals. You realize that your life is full and happy, independent of external affirmation in these moments. Strangely, calm detachment can help you. You radiate peaceful assurance when you stop chasing. You control your thinking, not outside events, wrote Marcus Aurelius. Realize this to gain strength. You cannot control her answer. How you react is your choice. Let go of the outcome and project, I'm secure in myself and my happiness isn't dependent on anyone else. Trusting oneself to be okay, no matter what, is what this is about. The Stoic principle of ataraxia, or inner calm, encourages us to find peace inside, regardless of circumstances. You exude calm assurance that's attractive when you adopt this approach. Stop holding your breath for that text. Instead, enjoy the moment's connection. Enjoy the banter, humor, and excitement. Let go of the outcome to live fully, not only avoid stress. The appropriate connections, moments, and people automatically find you then. 10. Let go of heavy weights. Every partnership eventually becomes unbalanced. You've reached out, shown interest, and shared your feelings. If her indifference becomes a routine, leaving you chasing while she contributes the bare minimum, you must ask yourself, am I valuing myself as much as I want to be valued? Leaving someone you care about is hard. It can feel like quitting. It's strength, not failure. It shows self-respect. Stoicism holds that walking away is sometimes the only way to appreciate yourself and find fulfilling relationships. Ask yourself, is her laziness unusual or typical? Everybody has hectic days and distractions. Consistent imbalance is a reflection of priorities, not circumstances. Are you always reaching out, planning, and maintaining contact? Does her answers seem indifferent or superficial, despite your efforts? Most importantly, does this dynamic make you feel undervalued? If the answers are one-sided, examine whether staying is in line with your values. Leaving doesn't penalize her or cause trouble. Value yourself enough to stop chasing someone who doesn't meet you halfway. True connections are based on mutual effort and respect, not self-worth. Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Her lack of effort is a signpost to a better life. Walking away opens a fresh door. It's making relationships that recharge you. Imagine leading your relationship for months, planning dates, checking in, and keeping things going. With hollow engagement, she responds, "Despite honest chats, nothing changes. You're at a crossroads." Instead of waiting for her to change, you withdraw. You say, "I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I feel like the effort in this relationship isn't balanced. I cherish collaboration, thus I think I should go on." We're not trying to guilt or anger anyone. Reclaim your time, energy, and self-worth. You send a significant message to her and yourself by leaving. You're committing to mutual respect. You can now focus on values-aligned people and activities instead of this one-sided relationship. This self-respect is magnetic, a lovely irony. When you go, you get confidence that attracts individuals who see your worth without being reminded. If she doesn't prioritize you, or the effort is never mutual, let go. Not the finish, but the beginning. Value yourself, and you'll live a life where your energy, efforts, and worth are always appreciated. Pause and consider. You have always had the capacity to shape your life, relationships, and future. Use this opportunity to grow, create boundaries that honor your worth, and appreciate yourself. Seneca said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." If this message touched you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs it, and tell me, how will you reclaim your peace and power today? Take each day as a chance to progress. Stay strong, loyal, and embrace your inner Stoic. Keep going, your better self awaits.